Hi there, and welcome to another Papetti Math YouTube video tutorial where I'm going to be teaching you, yes you, Algebra 1. And in this video, we're going to continue on our journey through creating and solving linear inequalities. And now, if we take a look up here, it says in exercises numbers 1 through 3, the inequalities were all one variable inequalities. They only had x in it. They were one variable. But now we're going to take a look at some two variable inequalities, what these look like. So if you're taking a look at these, you have now an x and a y in each of them. We want to isolate y for each of these equations. So basically what we're doing is we're getting inequalities now into that mx plus b slope-intercept form. That's going to lead us somewhere later on. But right now, let's just get that y by itself. So the first thing that we'd want to isolate by getting that into that y, closer into that y, is that 4x. We want to move that 4x on over to the other side, and we'll do that by subtracting 4x from both sides. Now remember, since we're isolating y, let's keep it in that y equals mx plus b form. So we'll put our x's first. We can't combine 16 minus 4x. They don't both have x's. They're not like terms. So we'll put the negative 4x first and the 16 after. And finally, to get the y by itself, we're going to divide everything by 2. And when I say everything, I mean everything. So that's going to be y is greater than or equal to, well, negative 4x divided by 2 is going to be negative 2x. And 16 divided by 2 is going to be 8. So you're left with the inequality y is greater than or equal to negative 2x plus 8. If we go on over to part B now, we have 2x minus 3y is less than or equal to 12. So again, let's start off by moving the x's away from the y's. We want that y by itself. So we'll have negative 3y left over is less than or equal to, again, not like terms here. So let's put our x's first, negative 2x and positive 12. And finally, we're going to divide everything. And when I say everything, again, I mean everything by negative 3. But now is when your brain should be asking you a question. You're like, wait, I think I remember something about when I divide by a negative number with inequalities. Do you remember? And what you should remember is that when you divide an inequality by a negative number, you have to do something special. And that's something special you have to do is you have to flip the sign, flip the inequality when you divide or multiply by a negative number. So after we flip the sign, we're going to divide our negative 2x divided by negative 3. So negative negative is going to give me a positive, and I can't divide 2 divided by 3, so I'm going to keep it as a fraction of 2 over 3x. And then 12 divided by negative 3 will give me a negative 4. So my final inequality in part B is y is greater than or equal to 2/3 x minus 4. All right, going on to part C, we have 6x plus 6y is greater than 24. Again, let's start off by subtracting the x from both sides. We're going to have 6y is greater than negative 6x plus 24. And we're going to divide everything by 6. And I'll get y is greater than, well, negative 6x divided by 6 is negative 1x. 24 divided by 6 is 4, and that gives me a final inequality of y is greater than negative 1x plus 4. And finally, on part D, again, let's move our x's, but this time we have a negative 4x or a minus 4x. So we're going to add 4x to both sides. And we'll be left with negative 8y is less than 4x plus 16. Not like terms, we don't combine them, but we do put the x's first. So it's in mx plus b form. And we're going to divide everything by negative 8. When we do that, we'll get y by itself, but we'll also have to flip the inequality because we're dividing by that negative 8. It's a negative number. We flip the inequality when we multiply or divide by a negative number, all right? All right. 4x divided by negative 8. Well, I could simplify that fraction to negative 1/2 x. And 16 divided by negative 8 is negative 2. So again, here we have y is greater than negative 1/2 x minus 2. And all of these now have y isolated, and they're all in mx plus b form. If this video is helpful for taking a two-variable inequality and simplifying it into mx plus b form, slope-intercept form, please give this video a thumbs up to let me know I helped you out. And you're now ready for exercise number 5, and you can click on that in the link provided.